Now, before we get into the details of how to use Struts, let's try to understand a little bit more about what exactly Struts is and what type of problem it's trying to solve here. And you can see that I have a picture of a rooster strutting, which has nothing to do with struts. Actually, struts in this context, or the name struts that describes this framework, really comes more from the definition of strut being something that's a support. Because really what you can think about struts as is a support for developing an MVC architecture in Java. So Struts is really just a framework for web applications. And if you think about what's happening when you're creating a Java web application, everything is built off of this idea of Java servlets. And Java servlets, of course, are built on HTTP, but the basic idea for most Java web applications is that you're going to have a servlet, and that servlet is going to basically process a HTTP request. It's going to generate some HTML, and it's going to give it out as a response. Now, early on in Java development and Java web development, many developers directly developed servlets, so they would actually write HTML code inside of Java code, and that was quite a mess here. But what's happened is a bunch of frameworks have popped up that make it easier. They're built on top of Java servlets. And that's where Struts fits in. Struts, you can see, is built on top of the Java servlets technology. And what it does is it basically acts as a framework, so it makes it easier for you to develop an application using some common conventions and common structure that make things easier for you rather than you having to try and manually parse requests and handle generating HTML. It really provides a tried and true method for developing an app. And so your app is going to sit on top of Struts, and it's going to be built using that Struts framework. So you're not going to have to mess with the lower level Java servlets.